Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. In this video, we're going to be exploring a $100 million Shopify store in a market that just continues to surprise me. Every single month, I feel like I learn of a new brand in the water bottle space that is doing nine figures. It's actually an insane market. And today's video is about Cork Cycle. I just discovered this brand the other day on a live stream. Shout out to you guys if you joined the live stream here on YouTube. And I found them through the Shopify domain name database. It's called myip.ms. It's free and it shows all the top Shopify stores that are on Shopify. And basically, this was one of them. And I clicked on it. I analyzed their traffic with ShopiLab. And I noticed that they're doing 500,000 monthly visitors almost entirely from the United States, which is my favorite market to sell in as well. Now, this is shocking because I know so many water bottle brands that also do nine figures, and yet I'm still discovering new ones. So, one of the intriguing things about these guys, and actually one of the reasons why they're crushing it so hard right now, is because they're doing a lot of genius things on the advertising front that no other water bottle brand is doing. One of those things is basically their designs. So they have really unique designs. As you see, these are their best sellers. So if we sort by best selling, or actually those were the featured products, these are the literal best sellers. So they don't just do water bottles, they also cover the broader drinkware market. So I actually really like that. I think it's really cool to have a store that is a little bit broader. I know a lot of people prefer the like very specialized route where you're just kind of like a one product store. That's fine, but this appeals to me a lot, and I like the fact that they have these really cool, for example, whiskey glasses, because in other videos that I've made, I've shown you other brands that have completely crushed it selling just really nice whiskey glasses. So these are their best sellers, and specifically this classic coffee mug. So one of the cool things about this is that it's just a coffee mug that you can just take with you on the go. And you can see their product images are actually quite simple. They just have a nice testimonial in the product image, which is very clever. I think they could definitely do a little bit more with these product images. If you asked me, like I would have more product images, maybe some with people actually using it, some with like, text benefits, things of that nature, highlighting the offer. These are pretty smart things that you can do. And, they're crushing it. So, yeah, I mean, don't take my word for it, right? Like these guys are doing things that I'm not doing. But that's one thing I would improve based on all the data that I see. I see millions of dollars a month of ad spend through my agency. I see hundreds of millions of dollars of Shopify revenue through some of the softwares that I own, like Smart Reply and, our community ShopiLab. So I try to compartmentalize all of that and use all of that information to give you the best information that I can in these videos and the best dissections that I can. But again, take all of that with a grain of salt, because at the end of the day, sometimes things that work are not conventional things and things that maybe other people wouldn't think work. So test for yourself. That's one of the main principles I like to teach. One of my main philosophies is that testing is really the answer. So just launching and testing. But anyways, we can see their landing page is extremely simple. They got just like a nice little product demo. I really like this. This is really nice. It's like slow, but it shows you everything you want to know about the product. They even show you pouring coffee into it, and it's actually quite a large mug. It's bigger than I thought. And then, yeah, they have here, elevate every experience, take it to work, fill it with coffee, whatever. More testimonials, more. This is what I meant. They should have something like this, but in the just in the images, right? Because a lot of people just scroll the images, then some beautiful lifestyle shots, little FAQ, and then boom, your classic, review section, and then of course some related products. This is all of the best and top Shopify stores use the same exact structure. I use the same exact structure as well. And I'm constantly launching new tests. And even actually yesterday, we had a test that did almost a 5 ROAS. On day 3, I believe, it did 1.6K in sales with only $300 of ad spend. insane. So right now, traffic is hot in the US, guys. And I'm sharing a lot of this stuff, a lot of the behind the scenes, and giving people constant feedback actually inside our ShoppyLab.ai community, which you can actually access for free. If you go to the bottom, you can join our Discord. But if you do want one-on-one support, you want me to review your ads, you want my team to give you feedback on your store every day, you can apply for our accelerator. So if you view the pricing here, you'll see we have some software tools that you can opt into and courses, or you can join our accelerator program, which is a little bit more involved. So that's for really serious people where you just really want all of the things that I mentioned. I just wanted to put it out there for some of you guys that are interested in these things and you just don't even know that we offer them. So that's what that's there for. Now let's take a look at some of their ads. This is the next step, right? Because we looked at their landing page. This is literally their best-selling product, just a coffee mug, and this is the landing page that is winning for them. So let's take a look now at the ads side of the equation, right? So you got a good landing page. Now we got to look at the ads. So this is the other side of the equation. Let's scroll all the way to the bottom, but first I want to show you they have 92 active ads right now as we speak. But if we go all the way to the bottom, we can see some of their longest running ads. So this is the Meta Ads Library. The Meta Ads Library is a free resource that you can use provided by Meta. They're actually legally required to show you this information. They are legally required to show you all of the ads that are active from any brand that pays them to run ads. So I don't know if they would be showing you this if they weren't legally required to, but lucky for us, they are legally required to. So we can just take advantage of that situation. And as you see, some of their longest running ads are licensed mugs. So this is what I was saying at the beginning, what I was trying to get to, and now we got there. One of the unique value propositions that this store has is their designs. And I'm not just talking about their beautiful designs, pattern designs. I'm also talking about their licensed designs. So they have their longest running ads are Star Wars mugs. And to me, that just tells me how powerful these franchises are and how powerful licensing actually is. These are the ads that they've been running the longest. So they're the ones that have probably performed the best for the longest amount of time, which is pretty unbelievable. Now, of course, they do have other ads. You can see some of these are actually really good. This one has been running since October 19th, and I actually quite like this one. Oh, what happened here? Just for some reason, we're getting some technical difficulties on the Meta side of things. So here we go. Glow inside and out, shop hydration. That's actually a really nice value proposition, and the ad copy here says unlock the secret to glowing skin with every sip, made for those looking to refresh their daily routines by making hydration a priority. Cork cycles, functional designs, and inspired looks offer the perfect solution to elevating your hydration game. No matter your style, drink up and let your skin thank you. So here we got a very great example of how you can take a mundane product and figure out solid benefits to add. So this is actually a really interesting one. Many people would choose to promote stainless steel. Maybe it keeps your drink cold or hot for a long time. These guys in this ad are going after the skincare benefit of drinking more water in a very succinct and simple way, which I absolutely love. This is my kind of stuff. Let me show you a hack, actually. I told you guys that I run an agency. And when I say I run an agency, I mean that I have an agency. It's not really me running it per se. I have an incredible team, and we're constantly recruiting people to join the team. I'm a big believer in extreme decentralization and delegation. And anyways, let me show you one thing you can do. So we developed a tool with the agency team because what we do at the agency is we actually run ads for brands, right? So we run ads for brands, Meta ads and Google ads primarily. And one of the problems with that is that you need to make a lot of ads sometimes in order to cycle in new creatives. And, you need to hire a big, expensive graphic design team and editing team. And, we have all those things, but we also want to be up to date with the latest AI things. So we developed an AI static and product image maker, and let me show you how it works real quick, because it's extremely affordable. It's literally like 10 cents per use, and you can use it for free to start, but obviously you do have to pay to get more credits, because otherwise you're just gonna bankrupt us, right? Because we have to pay for credits. Anyway, so let me paste that image that I just showed you. That's literally their ad. Let me take just as an example, okay, I'm not trying to rip them, right? But just as an example, I have a few different water bottles from my supply chain, which is also free to use. I try to link it in all my videos because this is what I use on all my personal stores and the stores that we're launching with our team. It's just super seamless, fast shipping, high quality products, and without having to order inventory. I mean, literally zero risk to launch a Shopify business when you use my supply chain. So we're going to take this picture. This is a very nice water bottle. We'll take actually, I kind of want to do the big one, the 700 milliliter one. And we can see, it's 304 stainless steel, very high quality. And it's going to cost us about $9.74 to ship. So what I want to do, this is a winning product to me. I mean, it's not a winning product per se, but it's a good product, right? I mean, we're analyzing a water bottle brand and we're learning a lot about them. And in their case, they're going after this hydration for skincare angle. So we could take that same angle and maybe with a black water bottle, we could actually target men with that angle. And that's a really unique thing to do. So we know that this is a winning static ad because they've been running it for a long time. So it's likely to have been consistently performing well. Otherwise, they would turn it off. That's sort of the logic and deduction that we're using there. Of course, it can be inaccurate. Maybe they just left this ad on, or maybe they're just willing to burn money, but whatever, we can't, not everything is going to be perfect. So what I'm going to do here is paste the image of my product and I'll say, swap out the bottle in the first image with the bottle in the second image with the, I'll say black bottle in the second image, and make the model a man. Let's see, let's see what happens. And I'll say also get rid of the text at the bottom, cork cycle. And then I'll generate 3 of these, okay? And I'll do 1K because, we don't really need to do more than that. And I'll do 4:5 ratio because that seems to be the same exact ratio that they're running. Actually, theirs is 9:16. So, we're just going to do 9:16 as well. And then what we'll do is I got 3 generations. With this, you can generate up to 50 at the same time, which is a little extreme. But we're just going to click generate and we're going to see what we get. And it should generate in like 15 seconds. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit about, I guess, how we use this, right? So this is how I use it. I use it to make static ads, which is one of my favorite ways to run meta ads, simply because of how easy it is to make banger static ads. But I also use it for making product images because it's just expensive and a hassle these days to order a photo shoot for your products. And the reality is that AI can do even better than a photo shoot, right? So boom, here we go. Literally not even 15 seconds, I think. Maybe somebody out there can tell us exactly how long that was. But you can see, wow, this is pretty awesome. So we could literally use this as an ad, right? Like we have a winning formula here. And of course we can change the text. We can, tell draft by here to change the text a little bit. And instead of say glow inside and out, you could say like, I mean, this is actually pretty good though. I would run this. I would just test this and let the data tell me whether or not it's going to be a winning ad. But yeah, I just wanted to share with you this hack because honestly, it's just making things so much better, like e-commerce so much better and easier to launch with a super small budget. Like I said, the supply chain is free. You don't have to buy inventory. And then the product listing, product image creation, you can make studio quality shots and winning ads, static ads, for fractions of a dollar, right? Like this generation is literally like 10 cents for all these 3. And then let me show you one more thing. I'll say, make a premium studio. Actually, no, I'll say, put this bottle in a premium gym background for a product page listing targeting men. All right, so let's see what happens. And I'll make this one 1-to-1 ratio because that's generally the best ratio for Shopify. If we take a look at Cork Cycles ratio is actually the same. So they're using, 1-to-1 ratio, which is a square. That generally looks the best on mobile. It doesn't take up a ton of space, but you can get a lot of info in it. So let's generate. And let's see. This is honestly what I do most of the day. Not really most of the day, but when it comes to, my role in some of the stores that I'm launching these days, it's either just making static ads or making new product images. There's a demo store that I run inside ShopiLab where I actually built the store from scratch and it's doing 100K a month. And this is what I do for it. So here we go. So this one's really nice. This is my favorite one. That's why I like to generate 3 at a time, because usually you'll get a little bit of variation and you can choose the best one. These are pretty cool though. So I like this one. So you see what I mean? You can launch a premium brand. If you're creative, you can launch a premium brand with, like I said, an established supply chain and some premium aesthetically pleasing product images and static ads, right? So like we have the full formula. We have the product images for our product to make really, really nice product images on Shopify, and then our ads that are based on winning data, right? So we analyze this brand and we notice they're winning data. But that was a long tangent. I just needed to share that with you because it's such a hack. And I want to get more people to use this tool. Honestly, I don't care if anybody uses the tool really because I use it so much. So that's how we built it. We built it internally for our own team to use. But then I decided, you know what? This is so helpful that I should just make it available for everybody at the cheapest price that we can without losing money. And that's what we've done. So make sure you check it out. It's called draftpie.com and it's pretty cool. Now, some of their other ads do include UGC videos. And I mean, yeah, I don't want to get too deep into it, but this will be disrupted by AI too. And that's something that we're working on as well. But yeah, AI videos are still a little bit tricky. It's still a lot more work to make a good AI video ad. Whereas, statics like I just showed you, you can make in, a few seconds. But yeah, AI videos, it does take a little bit more effort or actually a lot more effort to produce a good output because you still need to edit them a decent amount. But let's check it out.
Everything. I'm pretty active and I've tried a lot of bottles. They looked bad, caked easily, leaked,
I mean, this could be
so
AI,
I did a
to be
ton of
honest.
research. And I found the Cork Sickle Series A. Their designs are insane and feel very durable. The rubber bottom stops it from clunking and slipping. Its leak-proof cap is more hygienic and stops water from pooling. This is the comfiest.
So you see this one, this is a more features-based ad, right? So it just talks about like the features of the bottle as opposed to the benefits of drinking more water like in the other ad. So you can see how this brand is testing a variety of things. But here we got another one. Radiant skin starts with hydration from within. So they really hammer hard that like radiant skin angle. And I really like it. I do think that angle could work with men. I know it sounds crazy, but I do think it could work because a lot of men are taking care of their looks a lot more these days. I mean, looks maxing, I don't have to tell you about that stuff. I mean, it's everywhere these days. So a lot of people do care and they just need to have the right aesthetic, right? The right aesthetic that's going to resonate with them. One more thing I wanted to show you too is their comment report. So I tend to do these free comment analysis on these brands so that we can figure out, first of all, what are the things that people are saying about the brand in their own comments. And also it's an opportunity to show you another thing that you can do that's a huge hack for ecom, which is just outsourcing your customer service in your comments, in your DMs to AI. It's a genius thing to do for your brand because it can likely do it better than a virtual assistant. And also it works 24/7 and doesn't miss any comments. And that's what Smart Reply does. But this is a free tool. This is a free comment report tool. You can run it for any brand that's running ads. And if we take a look down here, we can see people say, I would have enjoyed my Cork cycle, but I clicked on one design and received a different one. Your customer service rep blames me and says I must follow your return process. But then I tried that and it says your brand new shiny beetle mug that turns my stomach when I order floral is unreturned. I'm a loyal customer who is buying new to replace a peel one, but I think you've lost a customer. Ouch. So, this has gone on without comments. You want to respond to this, or at the very least hide it. And that's where AI is really helpful. Why are you advertising this at 20% yesterday on your page? So yeah, you see they have a lot of unmanaged comments that they really need to take care of. But you see someone here, I ordered a dog bowl and tried to cancel literally 10 minutes after I placed it. The cost was $50. They were going to credit me 26. Wow, that's kind of crazy. But let's look at the good comments here. Let's see what we can learn from the good ones. My favorite brand. Oh, yes, I love that brand. Such a nice bottle. Absolutely gorgeous. These look like fake comments. Hurry up and put out more designs and colors in the commuter. We need more. I love mine. Love it. Dear course. Okay. Wow. So it almost looks like these are spam comments, like they're not real comments, but hey, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Either way, it's pretty genius, even if they are fake comments, because it definitely helps with boosting trust in your ads to do that, or to make plans. Use a, for example, ask your mom to leave a comment on your ad or something like that, right? Things like that can be very helpful. Yeah, these guys were founded on 2010 as well. I do want to mention that because some of you asked me sometimes to mention the founding dates. They've been around for over a decade. I mean, it's 16 years now. It's 2026. So this has not been an overnight success by any means. And I share that because that's the reality, right? The reason I share with you the supply chain, all this stuff, is because this is just there's never been a better time to start a business, right? Like, you can start a business that is, looks and has some of the resources that 8-figure brands have, or 7-figure brands. But of course, it will take time, and, things don't happen overnight. I mean, you can create an income quicker than ever before, but to get to this level of 100 million, I mean, yeah, it takes decades. Not always decades, but in this case it has taken decades. So build for the long term. And yeah, they one more thing that I found interesting about them is they did raise a round of funding in 2019 from private equity, which I find kind of interesting. I wonder why that is. I wonder if maybe they just wanted to take some money off the table. Maybe it wasn't really quite a funding round, and maybe just more so like McCarthy Capital bought into the company, and maybe the founders took some money off the table. I'm not sure. Maybe they wanted to use that for growth. Who knows, right? But either way, incredible company, and I'm glad I found it. I'm glad I saw another water bottle brand that is just crushing it. And hopefully you got some value out of this video of me showing you, how you can launch your own business in these categories in a very lean way with some of the tools that we've built, that we're using ourselves primarily, but then that we also want to improve and just make great for you guys to be able to launch your businesses. I would love nothing more than for every single one of you to launch a successful Shopify store that just makes you a ton of money and makes you feel free and independent in your life. That's kind of the bottom line. I think right now, that's part of my philosophy too, is independence. I want you guys to have the freedom of choice. I don't want you to feel burdened by your job, burdened by your options in the world. I want you to be able to have more independence. And to me, Shopify, in this manner that we build, in this lean model, and even if you're not building in this lean model and you want to buy inventory, you want to build this, idea, even then, you can still build it up in a smart way with some of the things that I like to talk about. But with that said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.